The Falkland Islands, situated in the South Atlantic Ocean, form a beautiful and unique archipelago on the Patagonian continental shelf. It is located about 1,300 kilometers from Antarctica. The terrain is rugged, with coastal cliffs and steep cliffs, boasting spectacular fjords, lakes, mountains, and vast grasslands. It is one of the most important seabird habitats in the world. The natural landscapes and wildlife of these islands attract a large number of tourists. Our cruise ship crossed the Drake Passage from Antarctica and arrived at the capital of the Falkland Islands, Stanley. Stanley is the capital and largest city of the Falkland Islands. It serves as the political, economic, and cultural center of the archipelago, with a population of approximately 2,000 people. Upon visiting the tourist center at the pier, we began our walking tour of Stanley. This city is surrounded by the beautiful blue ocean, creating a picturesque setting. However, what initially caught our attention were the vibrant and enchanting lupin flowers. These elegant blooms adorn the peaceful streets of the small town, creating a charming landscape that attracts visitors to stop and admire. Continuing along the main thoroughfare, Ross Road, which runs along the harbor, we enjoyed views of numerous maritime and military landmarks, as well as classic architectures. Here stands Christ Church Cathedral, the most famous building in the Falkland Islands and the southernmost Anglican cathedral in South America. Its iconic red roof has become one of Stanley's landmarks. The striking arch in front of the cathedral was made from the jawbones of two blue whales in 1933. The historic Dockyard Museum is dedicated to showcasing the archipelago's rich maritime history. St. Mary's Church, a wooden cathedral built in 1899, is the only Catholic church on the Falkland Islands. The Stanley Post Office has a distinct British touch, featuring the iconic red postal and telephone booths. Falkland Islands War Memorial. Jubilee Villas, constructed in 1887, were designed in the style of traditional 19th-century British terraced houses. The police cottages, where police officers reside, are also known as Constable's Row. We also explored the residential area of Stanley and experienced the simplicity and tranquility of the place. Many wooden composite houses are painted in vibrant colors, adding a lively atmosphere to the entire city. After exploring Stanley, we took a rugged off-road journey to Bluff Cove. The road to Bluff Cove was rough, and the sea winds were chilly. Bluff Cove is a habitat for the gentoo penguin and king penguin. During our 3-hour tour at Bluff Cove, we had the opportunity to observe the gentoo penguins and king penguins up close. The king penguin is the second largest species of penguins, slightly smaller than the emperor penguin, but it bears some resemblance in appearance. We were warmly welcomed by the Bluff Cove team and enjoyed homemade baked goods at the Sea Cabbage Cafe by the seaside. Leaving Stanley City, we arrived at New Island in the western Falkland Islands. New Island is approximately 240 kilometers away from Stanley City. We took a dinghy and landed on the island. Then, we hiked to the cliffs on the western side of New Island. This is the habitat of the rockhopper penguins and the black-browed albatross. The black-browed albatross is characterized by white feathers and a black eyebrow, hence its name. They usually choose to nest on cliffs or rocks of remote and uninhabited islands. Here, we saw rows of shallow, bowl-shaped nests of black-browed albatrosses. It's said that they mate for life and often return to the same nest year after year for breeding. The rockhopper penguin, a small penguin species, lives in the Southern Ocean. They are known for their distinctive appearance and their hopping style movement. They have a trendy hairstyle. The cliffs of New Island also serve as a breeding and resting ground for the South American fur seals. These seals primarily breed and rest on rocky coastlines or islands. The Falkland Islands striated caracara, a unique raptor species endemic to the Falkland Islands, is the only raptor species found in the archipelago. Finally, we arrived at Carcass Island. Located in the northwest of the Falkland Islands. This island is a paradise for birdwatchers, because it is the only place in the Falkland Islands where no rats, cats, or other predatory animals have been introduced. This means that the terrestrial birdlife here remains unaffected. On Carcass Island, we had the opportunity to admire the Magellanic penguins. These penguins are named after the explorer Ferdinand Magellan, who first recorded their existence in 1520. Each pair of penguins typically lays 2 eggs, and then incubates and cares for their chicks. Magellanic penguins usually dig shallow burrows along the coast to serve as their nests. Therefore, Magellanic penguins that have just walked out of the nest are always covered with mud. However, they enjoy swimming and bathing. So after a good wash, they become clean and bright again. Leaving Carcass Island marked the end of our journey through South America and Antarctica. The cruise sailed through the Strait of Magellan, embarking on the journey back.